And it appears that Bob Iger also remains in a tough fight to stay on top of the company as CEO. As activist investor Nelson Peltz, who we've talked about before,
This guy
is looking to shake up Disney's board, announced plans to nominate 2 directors as candidates for directors of the Mouse House board. Peltz himself and former Disney CFO Jay Russell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Roslo. Yep.
Roslo. Peltz Fund Management said Thursday it submitted a notice of its intention to nominate the 2 independent director candidates at Disney's 2024 annual shareholders meeting expected to be held next spring. Now, Disney confirmed that Peltz provided notice of its intent to nominate Peltz and Roslo as directors, and said the board's governance and nominating committee, which evaluates director nominations, will review the proposed Peltz nominations and nominees and provide a recommendation to the board as part of the governance process. Now, Roslo, who served as Disney CFO between 2010 and 2015, said in a statement provided by the company, quote, "The Disney I know and love has lost its way. As independent voices in a boardroom, Nelson and I are confident that the combination of my decades of experience at Disney and Nelson's significant boardroom skills and history of driving positive strategic change and our combined consumer brands expertise and financial acumen will be additive to the Disney board." Now, with a shareholder mandate, Nelson and I look forward to helping the board and management reorient the company towards delighting its consumers again and driving significant values for its owners. Now, Tran said in a separate statement, Disney is one of the most iconic companies in the world with unrivaled scale, unparalleled customer loyalty, irreplaceable intellectual property, and invaluable commercial flywheel. However, Disney was woefully underperformed its peers and its potential. Responding to Train's statement, Disney said the company has an experienced, diverse, and highly qualified board, that it is focused on the long-term performance of the company, strategic growth initiatives, including an ongoing transformation of businesses, the succession planning process, and including shareholder value. So they just keep trying to fight this guy off.
Yeah, and I mean, this is ridiculous. He's tried. Remember, we told you guys he tried last year. He backed off of that because Iger presented all of those savings, those cost savings. He cut like billions of dollars from the streaming losses and all that. So Peltz backed off last year. But now he's trying again, obviously, with everything Logan just told you. And last month, remember, Peltz's Trian Fund Management renewed its proxy fight to get the directors on the Disney board. That came just a day after Disney changed the rules on how they nominate board members. And after Disney named Morgan Stanley CEO James Gorman and former Sky chief Jeremy Derrick as new directors, with the term starting in 2024. Now, you mentioned that they have a shareholder mandate. That's because they control about $3 billion in Disney stock, which is a huge block of the stock and would clearly be a mandate. Said that after the media conglomerate board rejected the request for the board seats, they would use that mandate and take their case for change directly to the shareholders. Now, in response to that, on November 30th, Disney noted that 78% of those shares that make them have a mandate claim to be beneficially owned by Trian are owned actually by Marvel Entertainment chairman Ike Perlmutter, and he proxied them to Trian. Now, why is that important? Because Disney and Perlmutter Disney, remember, fired him, terminated him from his employment by Disney earlier this year, and he has voiced his long-standing personal agenda, yes, I said personal agenda, against Bob Iger. Now, it should also be noted that Roslo, at one time, he was considered the potential successor to Iger, and he chose to leave after Iger overpassed him for Chapek. So both Ike and this former CFO have grudges again. This is a personal attack. This has nothing to do. And when they said they haven't outperformed their peers, has fucking Peltz looked at Warner Brothers? Have you seen what fucking Zaslav has done there? And you're trying to tell me Disney has done worse than that? They have not, sir. They have not. I'm sorry.
And that's the thing, too, because everything they're saying about Disney, with it being a family brand and have loyal customers and all of these things, the same is to be said about Warner Brothers. So you could be literally, that would be way easier to take over than what Disney is doing. And I bet Zaslav would happily step aside, because we've already come to our conclusion that we believe that he's just trying to sell things off and leave Warner Brothers to nothing, basically. So I don't understand. It is a personal vendetta.
It is.
So it's just one of those things, like, because there's other companies that are willing to either potentially sell off, or that are so bad in the stock right now that could be easily taken over hostily.
You're so right. That's a brilliant point, because Warner Brothers, the last I checked, and let me check right now. The last I checked at Warner Brothers, $12.26. Peltz. If you have money and you want to prove that you can run an entertainment conglomerate that's family friendly, has 100 years of content, and buy fucking Warner Brothers. He wants to sell it off. Buy Warner Brothers, compete with Disney, and prove that you're the better guy if that's what you're trying to do. But you're not, because it's a personal fucking attack against Iger. Whether you like Iger or not, you cannot deny that this is a personal attack against him, and it's fucking ridiculous. I mean,
and it's funny too, because like there's even the rumor mill going around about Paramount being up for sale.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, like, there's multiple historic studios available to even have that conversation.
Exactly.
But you keep going back to Disney. So shut the fuck up, move on. And if you want a studio, there's others out there, because Disney is fine.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Just sell all your fucking Disney shares back and go for a boatload of money and go buy any of those other studios.
That's it.